Hello everybody, I'm Ife Mogeku and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making chicken stew. Chicken stew is a very popular Nigerian dish. Well, you can have many varieties of it. Beef stew, assorted, turkey, so many varieties, but today we are going to focus on chicken stew. Every home has chicken stew. Chicken stew can be used for your rice, for your yam, for your beans, for everything. It is so versatile and it is so useful in the home. Okay, why don't I walk you through the ingredients and then we can get started. Here we have red bell pepper. You know it as tatashe. That is the local variant of red bell pepper, okay? And then we have tomatoes and scotch bonnet, also known as rodo, and of course Sombo, known as Cayenne pepper, right? So all these have been washed and then we're going to use a mix of this for our tomato-based stew. Like I said, we're going to be making chicken stew, and what's chicken stew without chicken, right? Okay, so this is the whole chicken here which have been cut up. And then I have my chicken seasoning. I have some thyme, salt, parsley. You're wondering, parsley in tomato stew? I'll show you what I'll do with it in a moment. You just, keep watching. And some vegetable oil, onions, black peppercorns, spring onions, ginger, garlic, and some bell peppers, different colors of bell peppers. So these are the ingredients we'll be using to make this very delicious chicken stew. Lest I forget, click the subscribe button. I really want you to click it so that every time I upload a video, you'll be the first person to know when something yummy is uploaded, all right? So click that button. To make my recipe for chicken stew, the first step is to cook your chicken, all right? And to cook my chicken, I have to season it, and I have to prepare the seasoning. I'm going to be making use of my parsley. Yes, this is where the parsley comes in. Remember at the beginning I said, I'm going to show you. So this is where the parsley comes in for my seasoning, all right? I'm going to be making use of parsley, some spring onions, some salt, bell pepper, just everything basically here, what I'm going to be blending together to make my seasoning. All my vegetables have been cut and prepped for blending, and I find that this is a really great way of making use of leftover green peppers and red bell peppers. So whatever you have in your fridge at any time, just use it, put it in here and blend it together for this seasoning. This seasoning is so forgiving, okay? At this point, I'll be using some vegetable oil to blend my seasoning. You're probably wondering why vegetable oil and why not water. This is because I'm making a large batch. I'm going to store it in my fridge and then it lasts longer with vegetable oil instead of water, okay? So vegetable oil to let the blender blend this ingredient smoothly. So this is the blended seasoning. This is always good. So what I do is just to put it in a little jar, and put it in my fridge, and it stays there for as long as a month or 5 weeks, as long as there's good power supply, it will last. I use this as a base for my meat, my fish, basically everything. It's such a wonderful seasoning. My chicken has been cleaned and ready to go. This is a whole chicken that I cut into different parts, right? Now, this is my green seasoning that I will be adding into my chicken. It's going to make it so flavorful and so delicious. I love it. I can't do without it for my chicken. Makes my so I'm just going to add some more onions in here. All right, I'm going to put some thyme. If you have fresh thyme, of course, feel free to use it. I have dried thyme, and so that's what I'm making use of. And some chicken seasoning goes in here. These are your bouillon cubes, whatever you have. I'm also going to be adding some salt. Remember when we blended the green seasoning, we added some salt, so you have to be really careful. And then the seasoning, chicken seasoning also contains salt, so you really, really want to be careful, right? So just a bit. And then I'll stir everything together and cover the pot. You'll notice that I don't have any water here at the moment. So that's very, very great. At some point in the cooking, we'll add some liquid, all right? Just stick it here. what how to make the most delicious chicken stew ever. I'm just going to cover it, cook it on low heat, and let it do its thing. I'll show you how much liquid is going to come out by itself without us adding any more things. So while this is cooking, it's time to prepare the tomatoes for our chicken stew. So this chicken has been cooking for about 10 to 12 minutes now, and oh my gosh, look at all the liquid in this pot. I promise you, I haven't added a drop of liquid into this pot. All that this chicken is cooking in is its own juice. This is flavorful, the aroma is to die for. Guys, when you want to recreate this stew, please make sure you make that green seasoning. It makes all the difference, okay? So look at it. I'm just going to add a little water now to allow it to cook till it's tender and it's all done, and then we'll continue. Okay, all right, this should finish off the cooking, and I'm going to reserve all this liquid gold here. While the chicken is cooking, I'm going to prep the tomatoes and peppers ready for our stew. The first thing to do is to take out the seeds from the tatashe or red bell pepper if you're outside Nigeria. So take out some of these seeds, okay? You don't want to see this when blending. It adds some level of heat and you want to control all of that. So you take this out. I'm blending my peppers and tomatoes. I'm just going to pour it into this pot to reduce the liquid, okay? Now what this does is to reduce my cooking time when it's time to fry tomatoes for my stew. So you can go ahead to fry it without this step, okay? But I always find that this step is better. It just reduces my time. While my chicken is cooking, this is boiling, reducing the liquid. So by the time I'm bringing everything together, it's just faster for me, right? Time to check on the chicken. This has been cooking for about 20 to 30 minutes now. Time to check on it. Yes, just like I suspected, it's all done. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to turn off the heat, take out the chicken, and then fry the chicken while my tomatoes is boiling. My tomatoes, pepper mix is still boiling. The liquid has almost reduced, so everything is going on perfectly. I'm really happy. To fry my chicken, I'm going to be making use of some vegetable oil. My pan is on the heat, it's hot already, so I'm just going to add some vegetable oil. I'll allow the vegetable oil to get hot a little bit and then fry the chicken. So while the chicken is frying, I'm going to continue cutting my onions. I'd already said chopping some onions. I need it for frying my tomatoes that have been dried, and I've turned off the heat, okay? Find that garlic and ginger, onions, those three things, I can't do without them. Well, it depends on the recipe, but they always add nice flavor and aroma to my dish. All right, oh, nicely golden brown. This is how you want it, nice and golden brown. Lovely, lovely. So I'm just going to take out the chicken now, put it in a paper towel. So this paper napkin can soak up some of the remaining oil. Very important. I don't miss this part, all right? Yeah. This goes into the pot. Yeah. The onions goes in. I'm putting in my garlic. I'm going to fry this for, I'm going to reduce this because we want it to fry in a very low heat for about 1 to 2 minutes. In this way, the onion cooks and releases its sweet flavor. So that's what you're after. When you're cooking, don't be in a rush. Easy does it, okay? This has cooked for about 1.5 minutes. I'm going to pour my pepper mix into it. Remember the dried pepper mix that was boiled? Yeah, this is it. I'm going to put this into it. And you see, with this mix, you don't need tomato paste or tomato puree or tinned tomatoes as you know it. I never add some, and my tomato puree always comes out perfect. Give it a good mix. Just leave it, let it do its thing, and give it a few minutes to fry, and then we'll combine the stock and the chicken and we can eat. While it is cooking, I'm going to put some rice on the fire. Of course, to eat. This has been frying for about 10-12 minutes now. If you can see, this is exactly how you want it. It is looking fried, but not too dry. You want it somewhere in between. As you can see, the oil is already floating on top, so that goes to show you that it is, getting where we want it to be. All right. The next step is to season it. I'm going to be adding some curry powder. Yeah. Some thyme. I'm not going to put a lot of seasoning because our chicken stock is fully and well seasoned. So I'm going to be very careful there. I'm going to stir this and let it cook some more for the curry powder to cook out, right? And the thyme to cook a bit. So I'm going to leave this for some minutes and then we'll continue. Now I'm going to pour in my chicken stock. And when you're putting in your chicken stock, you have to be careful. Don't put everything in at once. Put some, stir, and then add. You want to control how fluid or how thick you want the stew. Because once you put in all the liquid at once and you find that it's too fluid for your liking, you're going to run into some trouble there and you don't want it. So just introduce little at a time. I'll add some chicken seasoning to it to just give it that extra, to amp the flavor. Yeah. Introduce the chicken into it right now and allow everything to melt, everything to cook and come together. Look at this. Looks beautiful. Aroma is so good. Even if I say so myself. Yeah. Just nice and not too light, not too thick. Just how I want my chicken stew, just how I like it. I'm going to cover it and allow it simmer for a bit, and guess what? Our chicken stew is all done. And my rice is all done. Time for a quick taste test. This is the favorite. This is the best part, like I said before. Okay. Yes, guys. This is money. Money right there. This is the best chicken stew you'll ever make. I'm not even joking. I'm not. It tastes so good. So I want you to recreate this. I'm going to leave all the ingredients that I use in the description box. Make it and let me know in the comment section how much you enjoyed it. This is Ife Mogeku. Thank you for cooking with me. See you some other time. Bye. Many of you are wondering what am I doing with yellow bell pepper?
Okay.
Let me walk. Alright, let me take all these things. What kind of things to fill it? What are the fillers I'm getting? Okay. Okay.